in the lush and buzzing village of Nauvoo Hills, where baobab trees stood like ancient sentinels and elders, told stories by moonlight. Amahle Dlamini danced barefoot on the red earth. The Dlamini family was well-respected. Baba Themba, a stern traditional leader, had raised his children with strong values. Mazenel, his wife, was warm and wise, balancing her husband's rigidity with a mother's kindness. Amahle was the youngest and most vibrant of the Dlamini children, bright-eyed, free-spirited and full of laughter. Her older brothers, Saipho and Thando, doted on her but were fiercely protective. The only person closer to her was Kwame Meki, her childhood friend. Kwame was quiet, strong and kind, with eyes that always searched for Amahle in every crowd, though she never noticed. What no one knew was that Kwame had loved her in silence for years. Amahle received a scholarship to attend Khalil University, a bustling school on the edge of the city. Leaving Nauvoo Hills for the first time, she was eager for a life of freedom, books and dreams. It was at university that she met Jabari Okoro, tall, handsome and magnetic. Jabari came from wealth and power, the son of Madam Ifeoma Okoro, a ruthless businesswoman who sat on the university's board of directors. Jabari noticed Amahle the first day she walked into campus. Her innocence intrigued him. He flirted, she blushed. He charmed, she resisted at first. Despite the warnings from Kwame and her brother, Sifo, who had heard troubling rumors, Amahle slowly fell for Jabari's charm. They became inseparable. They went on late-night walks by the river. He whispered sweet nothings under the stars. And then, one night, Amahle gave herself to him. Amahle brought Jabari to Nauvoo Hills, introducing him to her family. Baba Themba was skeptical. When he asked Jabari about his intentions, Jabari scoffed and made light of the idea of marriage. The meeting ended in disaster. Jabari returned to the city and stopped answering Amahle's calls. Weeks later, Amahle discovered she was pregnant. Terrified, she told her family. Baba Themba was enraged. He accused her of shaming their name and ordered her out of the house. Mazenel wept but could not change his mind. Amahle moved to a small rented room in the town. There, she struggled isolated, pregnant and heartbroken. Kwame secretly brought her food. Saipho helped her with rent. Mazenel would visit under the cover of darkness. Even Thando, the quiet one, remained close but changed. He seemed tense, distracted and always watching. Back in the city, Jabari remained silent until Amahle's parents confronted him again. He admitted to being the father but refused marriage. Madam Ifeoma accused the Dlaminis of seeking wealth through blackmail. Amahle chose to keep the child, even if it meant being alone. At university, Amahle returned to class, but people whispered. Friends disappeared. A video of her and Jabari leaked online intimate moments they'd shared in trust. Amahle was humiliated, but she stayed. Unknown to Amahle, Thando had been investigating Jabari secretly. As a tech-savvy activist, Thando had ties with a journalist working on a report about a land scammer plan involving Jabari and Madam Ifeoma's company, which sought to buy ancestral land near Nauvoo Hills, under false names and flip it for mining operations. Jabari's child, Amahle's unborn baby, would be used to gain favor in the community, a symbol of connection to the land. It was never about love. When the journalist helping Thando went missing, he knew they were in danger. At the university's cultural night, Amahle was mocked in a staged play. But instead of fleeing, she stood on stage. With trembling hands and a voice steady with pain, she said, "You call me ruined. But I made a choice not out of weakness, but strength. I chose life. I chose my child. You think shame lives in my womb? Shame lives in silence." Her words silenced the crowd. Tears fell. Applause rose. Even Jabari, watching from the back, was stunned. That night, Quaim confessed his love publicly. He told her he would love her and the child, and she began to see him differently. But before she could answer, her water broke. Amahle was rushed to the hospital. As the family gathered, a man with a mask tried to enter her room. Security caught him. When they unmasked him, it was Thando. Gasps filled the hallway. Thando revealed everything. He had evidence Jabari was still manipulating things behind the scenes, preparing to propose to Amahle only to use the child as a pawn to finalize the land deal. Madame Ifeoma was orchestrating the plan. Thando had infiltrated their network and now had recordings, documents and names. Before dawn, police raided Jabari's compound. Madame Ifeoma was arrested. Jabari tried to flee but was caught and taken in chains. At sunrise, Amahle gave birth to a healthy baby boy. At the baby's naming ceremony, the people of Novu Hills gathered. The winds had shifted. Amahle was no longer ashamed, she was a heroine. Jabari, out on bail, arrived. He dropped to his knees and asked for forgiveness, offering marriage and a fresh start. The crowd hushed. Amahle turned to Quaim. Her voice cracked. "Do you still mean what you said? Even after all this?" Quaim stepped forward. "I don't want you despite your past. I love you because of your strength." She placed her baby Lufando in his arms. "Then I choose you." The crowd cheered. Jabari bowed his head, defeated, and walked away. Amahle, Quaim, and little Lufando stood under the baobab tree, sunlight streaming through its branches. A new family, a new beginning, and the village, once divided by shame and secrets, danced once again.